Question 4 is the same as number 3, but just a little more complicated, right? That's what we do. So rewrite. So it contains one radical term that does not contain any perfect squares. So square root of 192, and our answer's going to have a radical in it. That's the square root sign. We call that a radical. And that's because if you put it in Desmos, you get a decimal. We don't want a decimal. We want a radical. So we want to take out all of the perfect squares. So it helps to know those and then start dividing. So perfect squares, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16. I'm going to try those. If I need to keep going, I can. So when I say try those, I'm going to divide 192 by perfect squares. Aha, 4 and 48. So 192 is 4 times 48. And then 4 is 2 times 2. But 48, we can get another perfect square in there. So 48 divided by 4 is 12. And again, 4 is 2 times 2. And then 12, I'm going to divide it by my perfect square again, which is 3. So 4 times 3, 4 is 2 times 2. And then 3 is prime number, so we're going to leave it. So these numbers are what we call our prime factorization. Instead of 192, we really have 2 2's right here, 2 2's right here, 2 2's right here, and then this 3 is left over. So we break those into our perfect squares because it leaves the same number twice. These are a pair of numbers. And those are the numbers that come out of the radical. So I can already see what's going to be left inside the radical. The 3, right? But what comes out is we have the square root of 4, the square root of 4, and the square root of 4. That's the 2 times 2, which equals 2. So when these are in a pair, they kind of break out as the square root as just one number. And that one is also 2. These 2's come outside of the square root as just 2. So outside now I have 2 times 2 times 2. That's these ones. 2, 2, 2, and we multiply them. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. And then this 3, remember, it's still stuck inside. 8 square roots of 3. That's what it's saying. One radical term. So our one radical term is the square root of 3. It does not contain any perfect squares. And then remember, we can check our answer. 8 square root 3. These are the same number, just written differently. That's all we're doing. So 8, I'm going to click my square root, 3.